Hi, everybody. How's that going? Great, great. My name's Anna Young. I'm a Copeland from Cordova. My brother Tom's here with me. We're announcing the making of our film, the Exxon Valdez 25, called Shooting the Gap. It's a story about what we think really happened and how it was covered up. And I've been collecting for about a year now, local talent from around Cordova, for the music, and got a lot of old videos, 25 years old, that I'm editing, putting together to make the film. My brother Tom will be doing most of the narrating. If you don't know him, he was a big political figure in the fishing industry in Cordova, basically trying to save our fish from the oil, the industry, and they're not caring about our fish. So anyway, we're starting this campaign. It's on Indiegogo.com. I have these cards here and these little posters. Right down here in the corner is a link to a website for that campaign. And that's going to be the only way this movie's going to get out, because I'm not much of a marketer. I'm just more of a creator, and you just can do one thing at a time. So this is my one stab to get the word out about the film, is this campaign. And for $5 you can donate, and then on March 24th at 12:05 a.m. It'll be released. And at that time and thereafter for another month, you can get your download free from the donation. Then after that, my plan is just to try to get in more film festivals. The first film I made with Rugged Island Productions, the company I created, was Alaska Women Mariners. I had about 30 gals from all over Alaska in it. We worked on that for 2 years. We had some wonderful music from Sally Wills and Homer that's being carried through to this film. She's done a wonderful oil spill song to go with this film. She and her family are fishermen, and all fishermen, not only in Alaska, but everywhere, suffered tremendously from the oil spill. It's just impossible to tell with words how it affected us. People that were actually right there fishing, and the whole town of Cordova just ended that minute. Everything just changed after that, and we lost a lot of our good friends. Just couldn't take it. And the only reason I think I could take it was because I was out there. I really didn't know what was going on politically or anything. I thought, wow, we're out here getting oil out of the water. Everybody else is doing the same thing. But no, they weren't. Tom Copeland was the only one that was out there actually trying to get oil out of the water and doing it. One day, and we ended up with 3 boats. My boat, the Sugar, he had the Janice then, and then Jim Gray had the Sea First. And just our 3 boats, and one day we beat Exxon. We got over 2,000 gallons of oil out of the water. Clean oil, no water in it, well, very little, because we had a decanting thing set up on the back deck to separate the water. Then later I found out that, hardly any oil was picked up by Exxon or by the fishermen. I just couldn't believe after that how bad it got. For no reason. Water was calm. We had our kelp buckets. We could have done a lot of damage to that oil spill if Exxon would have hired everybody to get out there and do something. Instead of just, their theory, I've always thought, was cover up and then divide and conquer. About half the fishermen got really good, and everybody just decided to wait around town waiting for a contract. Well, the oil just spread all over Alaska. It's hard for me to understand human nature when things like that happen. That's why we really need a good system going, so we don't have to depend on our own brains to pull us out of a situation like that. We need to have a plan. And that's one of the things we did get going in Prince William Sound after the oil spill. They got all kinds of plans. We got all kinds of training for fishermen now. We got all kinds of equipment. Tom and I both look at each other and agree, if we have another perfect spill here in Prince William Sound. Perfectly calm weather. And we have all this stuff. We're going to win this time. So we have a little bit of satisfaction from the fisherman's training and the fisherman's response. And now, then the same thing happens down in the Gulf, and they didn't hire the fishermen. They did the same thing they did up here. That just broke our hearts in Cordova. We just knew what they were going through down there. So anyway, I just hope you'll take a look at this campaign. There's a couple of shorts on there about our movie, the Exxon Valdez Shooting the Gap. And there's also on there the Alaska Women Mariners film that we made that won the Moondance Festival in 2012. So it's right on there. That unfortunately never went anyplace. Hollywood is not buying women in Alaska. They're trying to keep all the TV shows, and it's a man's world up there. They don't want to deflate that image with a bunch of us grandmoms out there, doing the same thing. So anyway, I got all these cards and some of these little poster type things. I'm going to leave them back there and by the back door. You can pick them up and take them with you so you can check it out. And this is the sweatshirts. I have some of these sweatshirts online for, this campaign has perks, like PBS, for this, that, you get, a card or something. No, there's some good stuff on there. Some of my books, the last few copies of my books, The Lost Art of Alaska Fishing, Part 1 and Part 2. I'm not going to have any more paper books printed because that's just too, it's just not environmentally something I can deal with. I think we should just try to put our books on Kindles and stuff like that instead of shipping all this heavy paper, all this printing, this ink. We'll see. I'm trying to make this switch over and see how it works. You just have to try everything to see if it can work, just to save our world from a little bit more plastic, paper, use of fuel, and all the shipping and everything like that. So thanks a lot. Oh, I wanted to point out Linda's here. She's one of the musicians for this film. Hey, Linda. And Tom Copeland is in the back, and Marilyn, she's one of the people in the Alaska Women Mariners and the film coming up. Thanks, everybody.